All right. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Today we are going to be talking about designing sounds in Reaktor. And we're going to be looking at designing some interesting bass sounds within Reaktor in particular. So we're going to look at creating a crazy cinematic bass in particular, and we're going to dive deep into adding some modulation tricks. Plus, at the end, I'll show you a secret technique that will make your bass sound really come alive. Before we dive in, quick question. What's your favorite bass tone? Do you like dark and moody, punchy, aggressive, or wobbly basses, or more evolving basses? So let me know in the chat what's your preference. And we're going to start by building the foundation of this bass sound. So I'm just going to pull up my instance of Reaktor here. And we're going to build. So let's get started. So first thing you can do is you're going to open up your edition of Reaktor. You're going to see three different sections inside of Reaktor. One is the play section where you play instruments that are pre-built in Reaktor. One is the patch section, and one is the build section. Today we're going to be jumping into the build section of Reaktor because it offers the most flexibility in terms of us building tools at the primary level and at the basic building block level. So I click into that, and then we're going to go into the player section over here on the left, and I'm going to bring in some blocks that we need to build out our bass sound. So that's going to look something like, we're going to need an oscillator. Then we're going to need a few more components. We're going to need a filter. The filter is going to help us add to our saw wave. We're going to change that to a saw. It's really going to help us shape that filter, cut out the high frequencies, and give that cinematic depth to our sound. So we need this, and then we also need a note in. Then we also need the filter, as we were just talking about, and we'll also need an amp and probably a stereo level out. So I'm going to connect these up just to get our initial sound going. And we're going to design something from this. So I'm going to organize my panel so it looks a little neater, putting things in order and perspective. So that's how it should look when you organize your panel up. I'm going to bring everything over a little bit just to keep it a little neater. And that looks about right. So we've got our modules going. Now we don't hear anything because the amp is not turned up. So I'm going to turn it up slowly. You should hear a tone coming through. I'm just going to add a scope on the end so we can see what that tone is. Visualize it. Visualize the waveform, I should say. And that's what it looks like. I'm going to bring that down to the bottom just so we can actually we'll keep it up here so we can see what our waveform looks like. And after that, we're going to add in we're going to use the filter cutoff in order to evolve our sound and make our bass move. So we're going to add some subtle modulation to this filter and maybe a little saturation. So we're going to begin by maybe adding in a sample and hold. Let's see. Let's add that in here. I'm going to put that actually in series here. In through there. back it up a little bit to where we get some sound going. Just dirtying it up a little bit. So I'll use this to modulate our filter. Use it as a modulation source so that I can modulate and add a little bit of fuzz. So it's sounding pretty cool already with just those two things. I'm pretty happy with that sound. Okay, so to finish off the sound, we're basically going to add just some distortion, just to finish it off, and make it sound something like we would want it to sound. So let's go with some distortion at the end. Add some driver. This should dirty it up a little bit. Gonna turn down our output a little bit. We can add a little wobble. We can get wobble. We can get a little creative here actually, because I thought of an idea that I think would sound cool with this. And I'm going to add a little bit of LFO to modulate our distortion. So I'm going to bring that in there. I'm going to modulate our distortion a little bit. I want to add that modulation to the resonance. So I'm going to add some right here. Let's see if we can add it to it. Yeah. Or even better, I would actually add an envelope to this so I have full control over that. And I'm going to add one more envelope. Try to envelope to the filter. I'll actually name this the filter envelope, or filter ADSR. And then we'll add maybe one more thing. I'm liking the way it's sounding right now, so I'm gonna only add I think that's good. Just another envelope so we can control when the sound turns on and off. So I'm going to duplicate the envelope we have here, and we're going to name this the amp envelope. And I'm going to connect that to our amp. And turn the modulation down. I'm gonna rewire this. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't. We're gonna leave it as it is. So pretty much there we have it. We have our sound. Feel free to create other cinematic sounds with this bass template, and feel free to follow along and make it your own, make it better, manipulate it. And it might seem like a lot of modules, but once you understand the roots of sound design, this is pretty, I wouldn't say basic, but it's easy to get to. So we'll be covering that more in future episodes, how to do this. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more content like this. And let me know what sound you want to hear next in the chat. Peace out until next time. See you.